Hey guys, so today I'm going to be installing some Dura-Rock on a shower wall. Show you what I'm going to be doing here. I've actually already gone through and previously installed two of the walls. Today what I'm going to be doing is actually going to be doing this wall here, and I just want to give you guys basically a quick rundown of how you would go ahead and do it. A couple things to keep in mind. When you're using Dura-Rock or concrete board or anything like that, there's special screws that you use. Okay, they've got a wide head that's actually got a groove cut into them. You can kind of see that. They've got kind of a serration cut into them, and what actually happens is that allows it to drill and countersink itself below the surface. All right. Now the type of screw that I'm using today are these. They're called Rock On. They're by a company called Buildex, and they're specifically for Dura-Rock or Wonderboard. All right. Now, and then I'll just be using an impact gun to screw them on. There's a couple things that you need to know that when you're putting concrete board on. In my situation, I've got a lip that is for my tub. I want to install my Dura-Rock or my concrete board above that lip. I do not want to install it over the lip, because what will actually happen is instead of your wall being like this, at the bottom, it'll actually be kind of curved like this. It'll sit kind of funny, and then your tiles on the back wall, you won't notice them, but on tiles on the side wall will actually have an angle cut to them. So you can do it that way. It just doesn't look real good. Excuse me. And it's a little bit more work in the finishing for you. So now another option you can do is you can actually put furring strips on these 2x4s to bring them out just a little bit so that it clears this lip, and then you can put your concrete board right down. But in all honesty, the type of tile I'm going to be using a large tile. It's actually a 12 by 24 tile. That tile will actually lay down, and what I do is I lay a bed of mortar or thin set behind here. That way water comes down, it'll hit that drip edge, but it will never come back up. So been doing it like that for years now. It works great, and it's a cool little trick that I want to show you guys. Now another thing I want to show you is a trick for actually putting concrete board up by yourself so that you don't screw it up. All right, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to set you guys up and try to get you guys the best shot that I possibly can get you in. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take two screws and make sure that you are in the shot. You are in the shot. Okay. I take two screws. I'm going to partially screw them in. And they're right above the flange. All right. And what that's going to do is that's going to allow me to set my concrete board in here on top of this and use that as my resting point. I can then back those screws out after the fact. So let me go get the concrete board and see if I can get you guys into a better view here and see what we can do. There, I think you guys can see that pretty good. Let me go get this piece of concrete board. And one thing you guys want to make sure that you have is all your tools right at your fingertips. Because not having your tools at your fingertips really is what's known as a Debbie Downer for you. Because nothing like struggling to get to your tools when they're not even remotely close to where you need them to be. All right. So now I've got that there. What I'm going to do is just use my knee to prop it up. I'm going to put a couple of screws up top. I will be putting another filler piece in up here later on. So now, when I'm actually putting my screws in, I'll be running my screws about every 6 inches or so. And then on top of that, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to be going ahead and removing my bottom screws so that I get this little bit of a bow out of this piece. But I just noticed I've got my workpiece a little crooked here. So I'm just going to straighten it up. Easier to straighten it up now than later on. All right. All right, guys, my battery is dead. So hopefully that helps you guys out with how to install concrete board on a wall. And actually, as you see, here's the about every 6 inches or so, roughly. Okay, so until next time, guys, that's how you install concrete board. Simple as that.